Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. For this week's video I decided to do a Q&A. So I asked on all of my social medias, I asked on my Instagram and on my TikTok for you guys to leave some questions for me to answer about art, my account, or just anything in general, and I went through them. I handpicked quite a few questions out that I think could be quite interesting. Okay, so the first question, do you mostly draw with your iPad landscape or portrait mode? So I always do it landscape mode. I just find it easier. I'm going to pop up a few things explaining why. So because I always have my reference and my color palette on the screen, it just makes me use my space a lot better, and I'm not covering up as much as the picture and the drawing as I'm doing it. So I can see the full thing without covering anything, so I find it easier that way. Random question, if cereal is considered a soup by people, why isn't ketchup a smoothie? So I actually googled this because I couldn't figure it out, and I googled basically what is a smoothie and is ketchup a smoothie, and people said no, it is not a smoothie, because even though you could drink it through a straw, you shouldn't drink it through a straw, and it just wouldn't taste nice, even though they are kind of similar. I will give you that. Tips on detail and texture. So I kind of go crazy over my detail and texture, and I always use the layer options. I usually set it on soft light or hard light depending on what effect I want, and I just draw what is on the reference picture. Sometimes I make it up and add pieces, which is why it can sometimes look over textured and detailed, but definitely draw what you can see and what would make sense. So if they've got marks and freckles on their face, draw the marks and freckles. Favorite person / people to draw. I think this is kind of obvious that it's Colby and Rambo. In your opinion, what are some good drawing apps for beginners? So these are them. Adobe Fresco is something that I've recently found, which is the most like Procreate with what you can do, which I just want to say I don't usually trace over. It was just for the demonstration of this video. Ibis Paint is also an amazing app. So is Medibang Paint X, or it's something like that. They're like, especially that one, that's the most like Procreate in my opinion with what you can do on it. It gives you a lot of chance to play around, I feel like, which I think is what you want in an app. How do you make your account so aesthetically pleasing? So this is something that I've battled with so much recently, and I actually do it by having the same color palette or similar color palettes in each of my drawings. So I go for a little cool tone, I go for less saturated, kind of darker, glowy, and I just think it makes everything look better. If you have like a cohesive, I think is the correct word for it, a cohesive theme, in my opinion, it just makes your account look better. Although saying that, you obviously don't need to do that, but I just put similarities into each piece and it really helps me do that. And what made you want to start drawing? So I have drew for as long as I can remember, and I've always been like quite a creative person in general, I feel like. And I always kept getting these ideas that I think would have looked really, really cool. And I was like, well, if nobody else is going to do these ideas, then maybe I should do them ideas. And that's how it isn't really that interesting a story. But that is what got me into drawing. I got inspired by a lot of like everyday items and I just wanted to draw them. And here's me showing off my Pinterest boards, which link in bio. It's got a load of references on there, which I think would be quite cool. If you want to draw something and you don't know what, maybe go check it out. What are your plans for future drawings, and will you stick with drawings for your career? I definitely want to do something eventually with it, whether it's me starting my own kind of like business kind of thing and selling prints of some of my drawings. I would want it to be like possibly more original drawings, which I guess is something that I want to branch out to. I want to branch out to original drawings. I'm stuck in a bubble and I'm trying to break out of that bubble, but I feel like it's quite a common thing to get stuck in said bubble, but I do want to break out of it. But yeah, I think I would want to do something related to art. I just don't really like being told what to draw, what to paint, unless I'm asking for it. Which, I obviously know that if you're going into art, then that's what they're going to ask you to do. Okay guys, that is all for this week's video. If you have any more questions and possibly want a part 2 of me answering them, let me know in the comments below and I might do a part 2 to this. I still have a few questions that I didn't fit in, so just let me know. Also let me know what the videos you possibly want to see, and I will see you again next week. Bye!